everyone, I hope you're well. I just thought I'd do another fun reading for Friday, hence the title of this particular video. I had a few requests from subscribers to do some more love readings. Now, I have kind of mixed feelings about doing love readings because there are an awful lot of love readings, on the tube, and I'm kind of with some of the other tarot readers who feel that this can sometimes lead to addiction. And I think we are kind of, as a collective, moving away from anything that is going to sort of distract us from what we need to do in terms of growth and, coming into alignment. But, I think the occasional fun reading doesn't hurt. So I'm going to do one for this Friday and see how it goes. And you can give me your feedback. I'm definitely not going to sugarcoat things. That's just not my style. I think it's more a case of what you need to hear rather than what you want to hear. But hopefully there'll be some good news. Let's see what comes through. So I'm going to do the same setup that I did before, where I've got a feminine energy here with the lunar deck, and I've got a masculine energy with the solar deck. I don't necessarily believe or think of these particularly as twin flame. You can, if you want to, assign, kind of divine feminine, divine masculine energy and see this as a sort of sacred counterpart reading. That's entirely your decision. That's not really my intention. It's just a good way of showing two particular people in a relationship where there tends to be a feminine and a masculine energy, this sort of polarity. And then after that, I'm going to pull an advice card from the Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabby Bernstein, just as a nice way to round the reading off. So hopefully some nice stuff will come through. Let's see. Let's start with the lunar deck. Okay, so the way that I'm going to read this is that I will first of all read down on each side, and then I'll have a look at what has led to this particular situation and then where it will go in the near future. So the way that I read this is almost as though this was an astrological chart. This was above the horizon, this is below, and this is on the horizon itself. So this is how the person is feeling right now, these cards here. This is what is the sort of subconscious things that are driving their behavior below the surface. And then this is more what they would like. So this is the higher mind. So let's get into the reading and see what comes out. So first of all, yeah, interesting. Right. So it looks as though this person, the lunar energy, seems to be very open to seeing where this connection goes. We've got this is the Joker or the Fool card in the playing card system, and of course that it doubles with the tarot. So this is the Fool in the tarot. So this person is really open to taking a leap of faith on this particular connection. They are happy to see where it goes. They're open to it. They are ready for something new, and there's a certain element of being willing to take a risk to kind of open up and just see where things kind of go. But it does look as though in their in terms of what they would like this to be a balanced connection. We've got the six of Pentacles and the Six of Diamonds. It's the same thing in the tarot. So you've got three plates on this side, you've got three on the other, and it's quite a nice analogy actually of a dinner table where one person brings flowers, another one brings this and that, and there's a sense of equal contribution. And I think this is what the person on the left wants. This is the the feminine energy is keen for equal give and take, equal effort, all those good things. Because in the past it seems as though this person has had some difficult experiences where there perhaps hasn't been even give and take. Maybe they've over given and there's been a sense of regret. Things haven't really worked out in the past. So I think there's this sense of this particular experience lingering with them and just kind of driving the way that they behave currently in this connection. They want things to be different. It's interesting that we're going from the 5 of Cups here to the 6 of Pentacles, so from a 5 to a 6. So I do think that this person they're open to the connection, but they do want it to go in a particular way. They don't really want to repeat past experiences, which is a good thing to see. Let's have a look at the person on the right. Interesting. So this is the solar energy, the sort of divine masculine, or the masculine, party. And here we've got the 9 of Wands, which also doubles up as the sun in this particular deck. So the sun is really, really positive. It's very sunny, it's very optimistic, it's quite childlike and happy. So there's a similar energy here, actually. Both seem open to the connection. Their heart is open. They're willing to give this a whirl, and they do want things to work out. What's interesting, though, is that we've got this is the 10 of Swords in reverse, or the Judgment card, but also in the reverse. So it does seem as though on some level the person on the right is concerned about not wanting to repeat betrayals, wanting to end a difficult cycle, perhaps in the past where things it's not that they haven't worked out for the reasons of, well, we're making a mutual decision to kind of go our separate ways. It's more the sense of betrayal. Very often there's this sort of poor judgment. So I think this person is concerned about poor judgment, that they don't want to repeat maybe feeling betrayed or gullible in the past. So although they are up for this, I think trust is an issue. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Now, sort of driving this behavior is the 6 of Cups in reverse. So it seems as though in the past, maybe perhaps there's a sense of either this connection in the past not really working out for the reasons I've stated, for, in terms of betrayal, or it could be that they feel as though they made the wrong choice. It's possible that what this person is worried about is that they had poor judgment in the past. If we think that the 6 of Cups is all about choice, if it's in reverse, maybe they feel that they made the wrong choice in the past. And here we've got Judgment in reverse, which could be a poor judgment call. So maybe on some level they don't trust themselves. It could be that is the problem. They're keen, they really believe in love. They want things to work out, but they aren't sure whether, they can trust themselves to make the right decision. So anyway, let's see what's led up to this particular situation. Wow, nice cards. So we've got the Ace of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and Strength, which is also the Ace of Wands. So in a way, we could say we've got 2 new beginnings. And this is interesting because this is water energy, this is fire energy. So it's almost echoing the moon, the lunar energy here on the left, and then the solar energy on the right, which are kind of water and fire. And this is Leo as well. This is Strength. This is the sign of Leo, which is solar. And again, we've got the sun here. So it's possible that the person on the right has Leo placements, but this is very strongly masculine energy. Whereas we've got the Ace of Cups here on the left, which is very in keeping with with lunar energy. This is kind of your cup runneth over. It is unconditional love. It's a very loving, maternal almost energy, I want to kind of say. It's the sort of the basis of all love. And of course, some psychologists think that your experience of a mother's love is actually the foundation for all kinds of love, including romantic love. So very interesting. So here we've got the sense of both parties starting fresh. So this looks like a new relationship that didn't start too long ago. The cup of love was offered, and it looks as though things, there was hope, there was high hopes here for this particular relationship going the distance. This is the Ten of Pentacles, so this is all about family. It's about solid foundations. It's about something that has the ability to last a long time. There's a grounded stability to this particular card. So I do think that both parties had high hopes for this particular, or have high hopes for this particular connection. But it does seem as though there are a few obstacles that need to be overcome. Strength for me is about overcoming certain obstacles or hindrances or kind of behavioral issues that can sometimes trip us up in relationships. Those kind of knee-jerk reactions that perhaps we've learned from early childhood that can sometimes see us slip on our banana skins, when it comes to relationships. And I think that there is a willingness, though, on both sides to try and overcome these particular hurdles. With this Five of Cups to the Fool card here, and then the Six of Cups to the Sun. So, it's also worth stating that this card doubles as the Nine of Wands. And, in the traditional tarot, the Nine of Wands shows somebody with a bandage around their head, kind of looking side-eye out from what looks like quite a strong line of defenses. So I do feel as though this person's also been hurt in the past, and they've kind of learned their lesson, and they want to trust, but they are not, that they've, how can I put it? They are not naive anymore. Once bitten, twice shy, I think, is probably the best way to put it. So anyway, let's see where this goes. Interesting. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and then the Queen of Wands. So here we've got some air energy actually entering the situation. This is the only sword card in the whole reading, which I think is very interesting. So the Ace here is the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Spades. And in this particular deck, this is the upright position. Normally in the Rider-Waite, the sword is the other way around, but this is actually the upright position. So interesting. There does seem to be a sense of awakening happening. Perhaps there's an aha moment in which both parties realize that they have to put aside what happened in the past and almost not let this affect them too much, because it can close your heart a little bit. It can make you, when you start to sort of monitor your behavior too much, it limits spontaneity and it doesn't allow things to flow. But clearly there is a willingness on both sides to work at the connection. We've got the Eight of Pentacles here, the Eight of Diamonds. So there's definitely a willingness to work at this connection. People want to put in the effort to see where things go, and perhaps master also what they weren't able to overcome last time. So both parties want you to overcome the failings of previous relationships, which is nice to see. There's definitely two people willing to grow and to put the work in. So this lunar person doesn't need to worry, I don't think, that there will be one-sidedness. I do feel strongly that there's a strong sense of mutually wanting this to work, but both parties coming from positions of things not working out for whatever reason in the past. And then going forward, we've got the Queen of Wands. So this is lovely energy. It's very confident. It is go-getting. It's very sexy energy. So I think in keeping with this Ace of Wands here, this line, the Strength card here. So I do think, yeah, and also for me, the Queen of Wands is Leo. She's normally got a sunflower in, and here we've got lots of sunflowers actually. So this is very confident, regal energy. And interesting that we've actually just got astrologically to where Venus has entered Leo. So this is actually very fitting energy, very leonine energy, which is very open-hearted, very warm-hearted, and very giving, generous energy, but it's also very confident in the sense that people know what they are worth, which is nice. So it looks to me as though there is definitely this relationship definitely has potential, and both parties are mature enough and kind of grounded enough to want to work at the connection to make it happen. Plus, we've got the sense of, being in it for the long term, and a wonderful, generous kind of reciprocity here as well. I feel with the Ace of Cups, there's that sense of not being cynical, of believing in love, which is wonderful. I think it's, it's essential if you are new in a relationship, that you don't have this cynical jadedness that can close your heart and stop you from really giving things a go. And I see this so strongly here with these two cards, the Fool and the Sun. These are two people who are really willing to kind of give this a good crack, see what happens. So that's fantastic. Lovely reading. Let's end it by getting some advice from the universe has your back. I'm going to pull one card for each person, some advice, and then I'm going to pull one for the relationship, sort of the overall energy for the relationship, what needs to happen in order for this connection to move forward. Right. So one for the feminine, one for the masculine, and then one for the overall energy, the advice for the relationship moving forward. Right, so for the person on the left, we've got, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So that's really interesting. I think what it's saying is that, if you do want a mutually reciprocal relationship, you also have to have faith. And I think this is a lovely indication that this person does have faith. They are willing to take a leap of faith and, kind of give this connection a go. So I think that's quite lovely. And here on the right, we've got, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Again, a wonderful message. And look, we've got the moon and the sun in this particular card. So here we've got a new moon. We've got the sun and the moon together. And here we've got a full moon. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And I think it's reflected quite well in these cards. As I say, if we think of this as the Ten of Swords, there definitely is a sense that this person's been very badly hurt or betrayed in the past. So I think faith here, that trauma can turn into healing and conflict into growth and fear into love, is a positive. Yeah, I think that's a really a good piece of advice for this particular person. Just because somebody else might have betrayed you in the past doesn't mean that this person will. They've also experienced their share of heartache. So that's fabulous to see. Right, so when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. And look, we've got two owls kind of snuggling together under a full moon, which is beautiful. So what a lovely message. It does seem to be a lot about faith. In all three cards, we've got the word faith, 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 and faith. So I think it's really giving this relationship an opportunity, see where it goes. Really, kind of jumping in with both feet, expressing the willingness to work at the connection, communication, and perhaps also being surprised at how, the direction that things go in. Maybe, this is what will renew faith, is having the discussion and actually being surprised at how the other person reacts, because there does honestly seem to be a willingness on both parts to make this work. And there's been a wonderful start to the relationship too, with this Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, and then strength. I think, strength in a way is similar to, it's taking faith and then it is applying it with courage. It's having a sense of courage. And I think these two cards really talk about courage, willingness to have, kind of jump in and take a leap of faith, and then also opening your heart and having that kind of childlike trust that things will work out, in the future. So what a lovely reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, do hit the like button and let me know in the comments if it's resonated. But I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend, and yes, catch you soon for my